First, we had the pandemic and the shutting down of festivals, sports events and other large capacity gatherings. Then the recalibration of everyday life to a more hybrid model of office and home working has changed the landscape of the consumer waste sector. As we've moved past the pandemic and the economy has reopened, demand has increased in areas such as construction, medical and drilling waste management. However, the sector faces significant cost challenges. The new trade barriers for transporting the millions of tonnes of refuse-derived fuel into and out of the EU after Brexit will significantly increase costs. All parts of the sector are also vulnerable to the increased cost of fuel and energy, with transportation representing a significant portion of costs across the sector. How much of this increased cost can providers pass on to already overstretched end users? There are several other macroeconomic factors unsettling the waste market, including the dearth of staff and the resulting wage pressures. But let's move on to how all these challenges are impacting the waste market. Overall valuations are still rising, but at a much lower rate than before the pandemic. The top-level average masks a serious fragmentation in business value by size of company and the niche markets served within the wider sector. In total, almost a third of the UK's leading waste companies saw their values fall by at least 10% in the latest year. That's despite the recovery in economic activity. Only 241 firms have seen their value rise over the last few years. Within the industry, there is a growing divide in valuation performance based on size. The 10 largest companies within the market have seen values plunge 18%, the biggest fall in the sector by some margin. Why have these household names performed much worse than their smaller counterparts? In contrast, companies within the 4 to 10 million turnover range have on average seen values rise by almost 10% in the same period. According to the latest Plimsoll analysis, the average company value across the waste management sector have risen in the latest year by around 2%. That's more than double the 0.7% rise we saw in the previous pandemic-ravaged year. But it still lags behind the wider environmental services sector, where average values are up 4%. In fact, across the environmental sector, values have risen by more than 4% in each of the last 2 years. The final area worth mentioning are the niches within the wider sector. There are sharp contrast in fortunes depending on the waste being processed. Man with a van and bulky waste collection, alongside tyre recycling and disposal, are the niches within the waste management sector seeing double-digit growth in business values. Elsewhere, waste paper processors and secure data shredding have seen the biggest falls, both with average declines of more than 6%. It's clear that the waste management industry is under increasing pressure, but there are pockets of sustainable value creation. To help you make sense of some of this impact, we're offering a free insight report looking at business value trends across the waste management sector. Click below for your copy or email me at cedarevans@plimsoll.co.uk and we'll send that by reply.